Hold on.
Hi everybody. I'm here with Lucy Arnaz. She just did a with the West Lake Golf and Country Club. I want to start off talking about your family life. Give me a background into your family. Like, what went on every day? What do you do?
You want to know what it was like to grow up
Yeah.
with that? You know, the easiest way to explain that is to get the DVD of Lucy and Desi, a home movie, because I've been asked that so many times that I actually made a film to describe it to people, because it's hard to do the day-to-day thing. But, you know, the truth of it is, Jesse, my folks worked from the time I was born. They started I Love Lucy 6 weeks after I was born. And so my day-to-day was different than their day-to-day. I was home with a nanny and eventually going to school, and for what, was it 8 years that the show was on the air? They worked until very late in the evening, and that's hard, you know, when parents work and the kids are home. So we had weekends and we had some summer times together, but then when they were home, we swam in the pool, and we went to the beach in the summer, and went to Del Mar Beach, went to the racetrack, went to Palm Springs, and he played music, like I talked about in the show, for us. And she did not cook. She did not cook, but she liked to take pictures and lots of home movies. We have just vaults full of home movies, things like that.
Who was stricter, Desi or Lucy?
Who was what?
Stricter.
Stricter. Oh boy, my mother. I think my mother, in a way, because it's just somebody rolling a table down.
Yeah.
You can edit, right?
Who was it? Why do you think your mother was the stricter?
Yeah. I think the thing is, in the 50s, which is when she was working, it was very unusual for a woman to not be home with the kids. And I think she had a certain amount of, maybe a little bit of guilt about that. So when she came home, she tried to make up for lost time, and she wanted to make sure that nothing slipped. You know, like, did you do your homework? You know, did you brush your teeth?
Yeah.
Did you do this? Did they get this done? Did they eat their dinner? And it was all like, she was afraid that maybe she wouldn't be a good enough mother, so she was constantly checking up. And so I would call that, I couldn't wear tennis shoes without socks until I was 14. Stuff like crazy stuff.
What everybody loves the 3 favorite episodes. You know, Vitamins and Benjamin,
That's
the
right.
chocolate factory,
Yep.
and the stomping
Yep.
of the grapes.
You picked the best three.
Are those your favorite too?
Yeah.
Or do you have 3 other ones that you like more?
You know, hon, when I watch the show, I eat it up today like crazy. I just love seeing them standing up and talking and alive. And, you know, even though they didn't look the same as they did in the later years, not very many people have film of their parents that they can watch. So to me, every episode is a good one.
What was taping days like?
Taping
in
days.
your house?
Yeah, well, when I was in the show, when I did the Here's Lucy show, I can tell you we used to, because we filmed, first of all we filmed, we didn't tape, so they rehearsed from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. In the early days they filmed on Friday, but after a while they did it off Monday through Thursday. Rehearse, film. Live audience, they had music, they used an orchestra in between the camera breaks when they had to put the new film in the camera, they would play music, and my father would entertain the audience. And as a kid, I used to go and watch the films, and then by the time I was 12 or 13, I was actually on one of the shows with them, doing that every week. It was great. Very professional.
What was it given that you were gonna go into the business?
Well, that's a hard question. It's a good question, but I don't know how to answer it because I'm not sure if it's something that I fell in love with because I watched 2 people who loved what they do, you know. or if it was some sort of genetic ability to do the same thing. I'm not sure. I don't think it was a given, because originally I just wanted to go to school and learn to be a veterinarian. And then I kind of switched and fell into loving music and acting, and next thing I knew I was on a TV show.
Big break. What was your big break?
Other than being asked to be on the Here's Lucy show, when Mom asked Desi and I to do that was pretty good, because that was great training, and we were very young, so it set us out, in a good professional manner, and kind of taught you how to show up on time and learn your lines and, be a part of the team. But really, the musical Seesaw. I think when I did this Seesaw in 1974, Michael Bennett was the director, and we toured the country. That was when people went, oh, she can do stuff by herself. That's good.
How do you pick your music for your act?
How do I pick it?
Yeah.
That's, well, like I tried to say tonight, basically it came from somebody calling me up and saying, we want you to do all Irving Berlin music. And it was a great opportunity to put an act together, so I did some of the best music ever written, Irving Berlin's music. And then I started taking a little bit of his stuff out and putting other music in from great composers. I had met this wonderful guy named Ron Abel, and he helped me. I have a taste for standards, American standards, but with really hip, great arrangements. So I pick stories. I like good story songs. Pick the lyrics and then the melody, but if it's not a good story, I can tell I probably won't sing it.
What your most memorable mishap on stage from your career or your mother's career or the show you did together?
Whoa, yeah. Memorable moments from my career or her career or stuff we did together. I guess first with her, I remember we did a wonderful ukulele talk number on a Here's Lucy episode that was Lucy Goes Hawaiian, and she had so much fun doing that. We did it together. We didn't get a chance to just perform, just the two of us very often, and that was fun. And I guess I was pretty proud of myself a couple of times, but one in particular was Tommy Tune. I performed in My One and Only for about 8 months on the road with Tommy, tap dancing, like tons and tons and tons of tap dancing. And I didn't think I could do it, but he did. And I studied so hard. I was so terrified, but I'm pretty proud of that. And the best is yet to come, I hope.
Yeah, very good.
How does it feel that you didn't do it tonight, but in your bigger Latin roots, you do a duet of Babadook on the conga drum with your father? Mm-hmm. How does it feel to do it every night?
Well, I wish I could do it every night. We don't do that show enough for me to do it every night. So soon, someday, maybe I will, but other life keeps getting in the way. It's kind of unspeakable. I don't even know how to put words to it, because it's something I've been dreaming about since the first time I knew I wanted to do this. Since the first time I heard those tapes of his, and I said, I'm going to get up on stage and I'm going to do an act. My first vision was that at some point I was going to do the duet of Babalu with him on the screen from the I Love Lucy show doing it, and me live doing it. And I knew someday I would do that. And so to be doing it now is a dream come true.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask you a question that I ask all parents that I interview with, would be, how do you balance motherhood with being a star?
It's a terrific
And I of that of Carolina and all mothers that I interview.
Well, I got to tell you, for a lot of years, I didn't want to do what my folks had done and work so much that they didn't get a chance to see their children. I didn't want that to happen. But I was in show business, and I was doing Broadway, and that's 8 shows a week. And then I married a guy who was an actor, and he was doing 8 shows a week. And we ended up having great help, and we loved our kids, and we spent a lot of time with them. But then I realized I'm still not spending enough time with them, and they're starting to tell me that in weird ways, you know?
Yeah.
So I pulled way back, and I said no to a lot of stuff, and I put the motherhood and the taking care of the kids first, and I put the act and all of the show business stuff second, and I think I kind of fell out of the race there for a while, you know? Because what I learned was you can't do both Olympic style. You got to pick one or the other. And but now they're grown, and I'm still doing what I do, and I'm free. I might, you know, we just moved to California from 37 years on the East Coast, and I just got an offer to go do a Broadway show around the country and in New York for a while. And I might do it now, because you know what? I don't have to worry about the kids anymore.
Which one?
I can't tell you yet. I'm sworn to secrecy until we do the finish the deal, but you'll know soon enough.
Is your brother still?
Yeah.
Oh, sure, yeah.
What, if anything, what did you take away from your mother and father from doing this business? What did they teach you?
They taught me to enjoy my family and my life while I have it, because with all the success that they had, and they had as much success as anybody could ever wish for on the planet, they did not end up extremely happy people. They didn't think they were teaching me that, but by living through it with them, I realized that it's not all sunglasses and autographs, and if you make it about the work, you won't be a happy person. You have to make it about your life.
And I didn't want to thank you for doing this.
Can I ask a question, please, Jess? Do you mind? I've always wanted to ask someone in your position this question. In life, when you're off guard and you're in a restaurant or you're at home cooking and the TV's on and you see a show with you and your parents, how do you feel about that?
Makes me feel just terrific.
I mean, that you didn't know it was on, you're
Yeah.
just passing in an airport or something like that.
I'm a very spiritual person, and I believe those things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
And so usually I just go, thank you. Because I
Interesting.
think somebody's saying hi.
Yeah, good, okay.
You
All right,
know?
Jess, I'm sorry.
I did like to thank you for doing this. Thank you very much.
You are very welcome, Cassie. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
You ask great questions.
Thank you.
You do.
Okay, that's.
Okay, thank you very much.
And you